Hey everybody, how are you? Randy here with Randy's Philippines Journey. In my series, this is part number 2, and just to give you a little recap, I had talked prior to taking the flight over to the Philippines, ending up in Dumaguete, and was at the hotel. And now I'm at the hotel. I checked into the hotel. I got situated. I got a pretty good night's rest and got up early the next morning. I don't know, 7 or so, and went down to the restaurant there in the hotel and had some breakfast and wanted to get going to start sightseeing. So my friend that I had mentioned earlier met me, and we hopped on a tricycle and away we went. We started going around Dumaguete. We went to Unitop and Robertson's Mall, different places. We went to Rizal Boulevard, went to Why Not and had some lunch, and just all over the place. And I found it so cool. The transportation, the tricycles, everybody. That's one of the main ways of transportation is a tricycle. And then of course the second way, I guess you would say, would be the scooter. And least of all would be, well, they had jeepneys, but then your cars or trucks, whatever. But the most amazing part of the transportation system over there is the fact that they have no Zippo stoplights or stop signs. And when you're traveling through the city, in the streets of Dumaguete at least, it's on an honor system. I mean, you have to hope that the guy coming at you, or to your right, or to your left, is going to be generous enough to stop so that you can keep going. And it was absolutely amazing at how they do that, because they do it. I never saw one accident or even come close to an accident. Now you do come very close to other tricycles or scooters or even cars in your travels, but everything seems to work like clockwork. And it was absolutely amazing. And you can get around rather quick because they know where they're going. All you have to tell them is where you're going and they'll get you there. Very, very nice people. All of the drivers were so polite. They spoke English, not great English, but they spoke enough English that you could even carry on somewhat of a conversation with them until you arrived at your destination. And it was so much fun. And then of course you get on the tricycle wherever you're at and you want to go here or there, and it's 50 cents or 50 peso, or it might be 100 peso, whatever the case. and you just pay them and off they go. You do your thing and you come out, you stand there, and here comes another one, and you load your things onto him, and away you go. It's just amazing. So, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 days of that, and I thought to myself, I think I'm going to rent a scooter. I think we'll do that. And then we can come and go wherever we want. We don't have to worry about calling one or standing on the street waiting for one, because at times it gets very busy. It takes a while to get a tricycle. So that's what I did. My friend, she contacted someone that rented scooters, and the gentleman brought the scooter right to my hotel. The helmet, the whole thing. I rented it for the duration. So I think I rented it for about 20, I wanted it for 21 or 22 days. And I don't remember the exact amount, but it was very, very inexpensive. It was somewhere around $7 a day to rent this. And so he brought it to me. We did all the paperwork right at the hotel. He gave me the helmet, and that was it. And so now I had a scooter to run around on. Well, that was an experience, because I was not ready. I was not ready for the transportation system, the no-stop signs or the no-stop lights with the scooter. However, I did manage to go with the flow. Some intersections were a little heavy, and I learned that, you just kind of look straight ahead and stay up with the guy on your left and on your right and go when they do. And it worked. I needed to, I think we used Waze is what it was called. Here in the States, we use Google Maps, but we used Waze over there. And so I had to stop at a DIY, which I got to say, that's an awesome store. They have everything there. And I bought a phone holder so that we could put the phone up on the holder, and then I could just look at it and know when to make a left or when to make a right, or however it went. But once we did a day or so of that, then everything started to work fine. I was still very nervous, only because I had a passenger on the back. And, had something happened to me, okay, but I had my friend on the back, and I didn't want her getting hurt or something like that. But it was all right. It worked out all right, and I think around the third day of it, we started to travel around. And one of the places we went to was Terra Alta. A very, very nice place. Very nice. You go up this hill, and you get to the top of the hill, and it's just beautiful. It's not, I don't know, I guess, yeah, it's a mountain. You get up there and you can just look out at the coconut trees and the palm trees, and down in the valleys, the little huts and houses down in there. And oh my goodness, it was, from where I live in Florida, that was just awesome. And Florida, um, I should mention that you could stand in Jacksonville, and if you have a good pair of binoculars, you could pretty much see all the way to Miami, because we don't have any hills or mountains or anything like that here in the state of Florida. But there it was just beautiful. And of course, Terra Alta was so nice. They have the lighthouse that you can climb up into and see even further. The beautiful pools. I was able to get into the swimming pools, and just the grounds themselves were immaculate. They take such nice care of the place, and it's a real nice attraction for anyone to go there. You'll definitely want to see that. And then I think the next day we worked our way to the port, and we got a boat and took the boat over to the island of Siquijor. And there again, just an awesome time. The boat ride was very, very nice. I don't know, maybe it was a 45-minute, maybe an hour ride. I'm not quite sure. I remember how long it was, but it was very nice. We got off of the boat in Siquijor, and right away we looked for a driver, someone that might know their way around the island and would take us around to see different things. And sure enough, right away we found us a driver, very nice man. He took us to the Batiste tree, I think it's called, this ancient old tree. They had all kinds of souvenirs there, and food, and you name it. They had quite a bit. And one of the coolest things about that, they have a pond that's built in front of this tree, and it's filled with different types of fish, goldfish, and I don't know, all the different kinds of fish. But we got down there, and I'm looking around, and there are people sitting on the edge of this kind of like pond, and they have their feet in the water, and these fish are nibbling at their toes. And oh my gosh, I could not wait to sit down and do that. And I just so happened, it just worked out that at that time, my daughters, 4 of my 6 daughters, were FaceTiming me on WhatsApp. And I was telling them, oh my gosh, look at this fish thing, look at here. Oh my gosh, Dad, don't do that. What are you gonna do? And I said, I'm putting my feet in here, look at this. And I put my feet down in it, and it was the coolest thing. These fish just nibbling at your feet. I mean, your toes, and I mean, I don't have dead skin or anything on my feet, but I think the fish, they were finding something on them and just nibbling at them, and it felt so good. It was kind of weird, but I loved it. It was so much fun. So much fun. And the tree, obviously, being ancient and huge, was definitely beautiful. So that was a nice place to go to and see. And then he took us around to some different cliffs that were there on the island that people actually jump off of, and that was That was beautiful. Just to be on top of those mountains like that and look out at the ocean and then turn around and see all of the greenery and I mean it's just beautiful. I was in total awe with the Philippines ever since I'd gotten off the airplane. And I I absolutely loved it. And then we made some more uh, places. We went to some other places. We went to Red Rock. That's another place. Um, the hot springs. We went to the hot springs. There they had these big, round, looked like walks, is what we call them here in the United States, with water in them, and there's fire up underneath them, and you get in those things. It's warm, warm water. It was so cool. You just sit in it, and it's warm as can be, and they had the fire going underneath them, and I mean, these are big, big walks. It was pretty cool. Um, and then we went to another one where the springs, it was hot springs, and it was very relaxing, and it was very nice. We had a great time. Our driver, we got to know him very well. Kuya James is his name, and he's there in Valencia. He lives around the Valencia area, and all we did, we just call him up and say, "Hey James, would you come and get us?" And there he was, and he started taking us around to different places. Took us to Valencia. We went to Valencia and had lunch in Valencia at a little restaurant, neat little restaurant right there downtown. Drove us around Valencia for a little while, and then we went back to Dumaguete. And then our nights were, we would go to dinner at a different place every evening, to eat different. They had different meals and so on and so forth at the different restaurants, and every night it was somewhere different. And the other amazing part to me about the Philippines, Dumaguete, was the cost. I and my friend, we would go and eat, and I never restricted her to any price, drinks, or anything. Whatever it is that you want, you get. And she knows Filipino food. She knows the Philippine food. And she would tell me, "Oh, this is good. The vegetables are good. This, that, the fish soup, the different type of dishes that the Philippines makes." And so we would get it, and price was no problem. Just get whatever you want and help me decide, because I want to try the different dishes. And so we would eat, and it didn't matter what restaurant we went to, and we went to, well, 22 or 21, one every night. I could not spend a $20 US dollars ever. It was always